Welcome back to your latest aviation recap. If you're new to the channel this year and unsure what I do predominantly, I cover 3 to 4 aviation developments in the one video, giving you a wide range of updates from all corners of the globe. Today, there's focus on Lufthansa, Airbus and SAS, beginning proceedings with Lufthansa and City Airlines, a new carrier by the group, has welcomed its first Airbus aircraft in full livery, with 3 more slated to join in the future. City Airlines plans to launch flights in the summer of 2024 after multiple years of planning. Adding the first aircraft in dedicated colours allows it to take the proper steps forward in achieving this. The first aircraft is an A319 and will play a pivotal role in launching scheduled services in only the coming months. The A319 previously flew with Eurowings. However, it has now arrived in Munich as City Airlines gears up for this launch I speak of. Munich will be one of the essential locations that form as home for the company once it debuts. Initially, while the A319 will form the backbone of the fleet, it will be accompanied by other second-hand Airbus jets, this all being done before the airline moves towards the next generation single-aisle planes. City Airlines was founded in the summer of 2022 to complement the Lufthansa Group's European network. Additionally, the plan is to offer services across short and medium-haul routes, with key leaders and a solid executive team. The hope is for essentially Frankfurt and Munich to act as home for City Airlines. Once launched, the carrier wants to feed traffic from key European ports to these major cities and airports that I've touched on. These 2 locations are what the primary Lufthansa brand calls as their home. The hope is that thanks to the birth of the new endeavour, the ease of connecting to a mainline Lufthansa long-haul flight will increase. In January 2023, the airline received its Air Operator Certificate, AOC, from the German Federal Aviation Authority. This represented a landmark moment for the carrier as it prepares for launch. Short-haul operations across Europe are competitive, and Lufthansa is more than aware of this. Despite having an already large group, there's always room for improvement. To strengthen and remain competitive, the group must plan for long-term growth in the market and make customers' journeys more seamless wherever possible. The birth of City Airlines will aid the group in achieving this. So, you heard me make mention that the airline will be relying on second-hand Airbus aircraft for the moment, because things will change soon. City Airlines will fly the A220-300, thanks to an order placed by the Lufthansa Group in December of last year. These aircraft will really shape the long-term future at the company, and are set for a delivery from 2026 onwards. You can let me know your thoughts on City Airlines down below in the comments as always. Moving over to the next topic in today's proceedings, that sits with Airbus, who have published their own 2023 order and delivery tally, which has indicated a pretty solid year for the European plane maker, following a pretty challenging few years. After a very disappointing end to 2022 that saw Airbus miss their delivery target thanks to increased pressures on the supply chain, the plane maker has confirmed now it surpassed its 2023 target. Airbus delivered 735 commercial aircraft through 2023, which represented an 11% increase over 2022, but also saw them beat that target of 720 that they had outlined. As part of the deliveries I make mention of, the manufacturer saw 87 customers worldwide welcome new planes, which Airbus believes indicates their perseverance in challenging periods. Airbus initially believed it would actually struggle until the 2023-2025 timeframe. However, it has been pleasantly surprised, yet also shocked by the speedy recovery across the industry, and I'd hazard to guess that they're probably not the only company in the aviation world that feels similar. Breaking down the deliveries, Airbus delivered 68 A220 family aircraft. This increased from 53 recorded 1 year prior. The Airbus A320 family was the series that brought in the bulk of the 735 deliveries, with 571 across that family, which increased from 516 1 year prior. Deliveries, however, for the A330 family stayed the same year over year, with just 30 32 units. As a result, especially the A330neo can be viewed based on data as the worst performing aircraft for the plane maker. The A350 finally saw a bit of a minor increase from 60 deliveries in 2022 to 64. Ultimately, all these increases did make a difference, with year-round deliveries jumping from 661 to 735. 2023 also represented a very important year for aircraft orders. The manufacturer welcomed 2,319 gross or 2,094 net orders across its families. Among the strongest performers, no shock being again the A320 family, where 1,835 aircraft were staggeringly ordered, and 300 A350 family jets. At the end of 2023, Airbus says its backlog sits at 8,598 aircraft and continues to grow over time, with more aircraft orders than deliveries being completed. On to the final story in today's episode, and that sits with SAS, who have announced an expansion of their upcoming summer 2024 program, including a 9th destination towards North America. SAS will introduce non-stop service between Copenhagen and Atlanta. Often described as the home for SkyTeam, once more, it highlights a move through a recent alliance switch. Service will commence on June 17th, 2024, with the daily non-stop flight initially being added. SAS says more than 94 million passengers passed through the airport in 2022, so as a result, it makes Atlanta one of the busiest and also most efficient, and therefore a very attractive destination to operate in and out of. While passenger operations are of course going to be a focus for an airline when deciding a network, the appeal of cargo transportation is also stated to be another fundamental reason as to why they're looking to launch flights to Atlanta. The proximity to the port of Savannah aids this freight transportation. This port is the largest and also fastest growing container terminal in America. Initially, the service will, like I mentioned, operate daily, and the Airbus A330 will be slated to operate these. However, we will see changes by the time the next winter comes around, with the service dropping down to 5 times weekly, and also SAS will initiate an aircraft swap. We'll move from the A330 to the much more modern A350, which for some customers will be hard to complain about. That is going to conclude today's latest aviation recap. If you have any thoughts on the topics covered, you're more than welcome to drop them down below in the comments. I do apologise if there was any background noise during this recording. Currently where I live in Melbourne, well, we're going through a torrential downpour of rain, and it's safe to say it's pretty loud out there, but hopefully my microphone has done a somewhat decent job of keeping that noise out of the equation. Thank you very much for your support here on the channel. It really does mean a lot. Take care, do also be safe. I'll see you next time, same place, same time, for more aviation news. And we'll fly.